Hello and welcome to. Now, what we do here is we concentrate on staff safety. Now, over the past 3 weeks, I've been doing a series of videos around lone work because that's what our clients and our new clients are asking us a lot about, as we seem to have a higher degree of staff that work alone now. So the first week I talked a lot about risk assessments. The second week I talked a lot about equipment and the importance of having the right equipment. And then last week I talked about procedures, and not one fits all. And it's exactly like training. Training is one of them subjects that people don't like. Not being funny, they don't. People don't like to attend training sometimes. People think it's a pain in the backside, waste of time. Oh, some of them, as always said to me, it's got time to catch up with your sleep. None of my sessions, already in my teams. Because the way we look at it is we make sure that training should be exact to the risk of what the staff is. Now, if you're one that has to look for training providers, or you have to supply training or whatever, I would always ask those that are looking for lone worker training is to look at it like this. What exactly is the risk that you want the staff to face? Is it that they're working late hours? Are they mobile workers? Are they in buildings on their own? Do they engage with someone, member of the public, customer, guest, whatever that may be, alone? So what is that primary risk that you want to get to the staff, to give them the message of how to stay safe? You see, there is different modes now. E-learning we've been using for quite a few years, and our e-learning is quite interactive and challenging, as a lot of our clients have told us, which is good. Because e-learning should not be just a tap, 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 tap. That's it, done, print a certificate, leave it for another year, or whatever that timeline might be. I also then say about face-to-face. From my experience of being in this job, I have, shall we say, taken new clients on where the staff have told me they were being taught how to work in confined spaces when that wasn't their role. One in hospitality did make me laugh. They were taught once about working at heights when they should have been taught about walking corridors and working at nights and being on their own at certain times. Doesn't matter. But what I try to explain to a lot of my clients is not one training suit fits everybody. You've got to adapt. It's got to be adjustable. If you go in with a generic lesson or want a generic lesson, it's not going to work. Because you see, where the risks are from the staff. The staff will tell you the risks. You then can develop into some form of solution. You will never always find the solution. But what I do push across is one of my old famous sayings is prevention is better than the cure. And it is true. So we always talk a lot about the importance of being in touch with people, the importance of keeping that communication line open, making sure you've got things like safe zones, where you'll see videos on our channel, which I'm going to do some new ones because I've been asked. Looking at ideas of if you do carry equipment, do you actually know how to use it? That could come part of the training. I do a lot around case studies now because I find it interesting that if I show someone an incident or a problem and then give them the verdict at the end, it makes them think, well, yeah, that was preventable. Because that's all I try to do, and I know my team does the same when it comes to training, is to put it across in different modes. One, we don't here to tell you how to do your job. That's ridiculous. You're adults. Two, whatever you do when you go out that door, you will do your own thing. And three, not being funny, the only one that's going to keep you safe is you. And from our experience here at Quell, we get a lot of response where they go, yeah. And then we look at things like, we talk a lot about 3 apps. Again, done a video on that. We talk a lot about equipment, especially if you're mobile on the road, mobile worker. Do you carry any equipment in your vehicle that can help you in the event of an emergency? Which I'm very keen in making sure that people do mobile work carry something. And then if you're in a building or premises on your own, well, what do you have? Do you have any extra door locking system? Do you have any keypad system that works? Do you make sure you watch the CCTV? Whatever that might be, again, it will vary. So even though this is the last level of training, training to me is promoting a conversation between staff. It's saying to them, right, well, what are your risks? And this is what we can do. Okay, we've showed you what we've done in the risk assessments. We've risk assessed that. We've given you the right equipment. We've told you what to do in the procedures. And we're just putting into a bit of practice. That's it. And if you get the other 3 levels right, when it comes to training, it's a breeze. Because that's what we do. We go into companies, we look at the risk assessments, we change it, we advise them on what equipment they want, we then design or help them design the procedures, and then above all that, we just look at the procedures, reflect it to the staff and say, but what would you do in this situation? And a high percentage of the time they go, it is preventable, isn't it? Simple as that. Now, it's easy to do it, like I always say, in about a 5-minute video, but training is one of those things that you shouldn't ignore. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching the last 4. Stay safe, whatever you're doing, and bye for now.